Good evening from Washington, D.C., and thank you to those of you joining us from around the world for news from a Catholic perspective. I'm Lauren Ashburn. So far, it's a war of words. President Trump and U.S. allies are considering a joint military strike against Syria. The president says missiles will be coming. Russia says the missiles will be shot down. The posturing comes after the Syrian government allegedly killed at least 40 people in a chemical weapons attack. White House correspondent Mark Irons reports. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Lauren. Syria denies responsibility in the suspected chemical attack. The president is threatening retaliation. He isn't saying specifically if a strike will come from American military, but he did issue a warning, and he's putting Russia on notice after blaming the country for aiding Syria. Russian lawmakers warned the U.S. an airstrike on Syria would be viewed as a war crime, and it could trigger a direct military clash between the U.S. and Russia. Russia's ambassador to Lebanon says any U.S. missiles fired at Syria will be shot down, and the sites where they were launched will be targeted. President Trump responds on Twitter, Russia vows to shoot down any and all missiles fired at Syria. Get ready, Russia, because they will be coming, nice and new and smart. You shouldn't be partners with a gas-killing animal who kills his people and enjoys it. The animal President Trump refers to is Syrian President Bashar Assad. He's accused of attacking his own people in an attempt to stop rebels from overthrowing him. And Assad has Russian backing. A rebel-held area was hit hard by a suspected chemical attack over the weekend in Syria. Dozens died. The president promised retaliation earlier this week. Today's Secretary of Defense James Mattis says it's still too early to point blame.
We're still assessing the intelligence ourselves and our allies. We're still working on this.
But the president's tweet today warns missiles will be coming to Syria. I asked Republican lawmaker Ann Wagner about the president's use of social media to talk military action.
I think it's just President Trump being President Trump and showing his strength and his resolve. We'll see what action is taken going forward.
President Trump also tweeted today, our relationship with Russia is worse now than it has ever been, and that includes the Cold War. He blames much of the bad blood on what he calls the, quote, fake and corrupt Russia investigation. Lauren?
White House correspondent Mark Irons reporting from the White House. Thank you, Mark.